In this video, we are going to Mount Everest.
White people, can I ask y'all, why do you like trouble? You guys like camping with the bears, rucking up the mountains, etc, etc.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amaomi, aka Petite Diva, and in this video we are talking about Mount Everest and people going there. Now, some days ago, I believe it's about a week ago, some news agencies were saying that about 1,000 people were stuck on Mount Everest because there was a blizzard and people could not come down. They were stuck and people were freezing. And it got a lot of people talking. Now in this video, we're going to check out people climbing Mount Everest. We're going to check out what people think about the people who are climbing Mount Everest, and then I'll come back to share my thoughts. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon by the side so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now let's get into this video.
Hello, my cam full. I'm just coming back from my stomach push this morning, but it's 5 p.m. and we came back at 4 a.m. So tired. I decided to go back again tonight.
And this is why I'm black, for a reason. I'm not doing no shit that I know that's gonna unalive me. 1,000 Caucasian people went to Mount Everest. Mount Everest is currently experiencing a blizzard at this moment. Mind you, they're high up in the air, like 16,000 feet in the air, grasping for air. They literally cannot even breathe. They have to wear an oxygen mask. Y'all must have not checked the weather app before going onto that mountain. $40,000 to possibly lose your life because you can't breathe and you're dying from cold air. Your whole body has gone cold, literally can't feel your fingers. Face is numb, face is cracked. Now they're sending a rescue team to come and rescue y'all. I don't think it's possible. I don't think they're going to be able to rescue them. Not at this current moment. Y'all would have stayed y'all asses home with y'all family and be in warm weather. Y'all wouldn't have to deal with what you're dealing with now. The possibility of being unalived due to a cold storm and being so breathless. I promise you would never catch no black person doing no shit that they know could possibly unalive them at all. We don't even play those type of games. Shit like that don't be on our to-do list at all.
Listen, I'm white, but I'm not hike Mount Everest when there could possibly be a blizzard and get stuck on the side of a deadly mountain white. You know what I'm saying? Being poor saves me again, and also completely optional. There are 1,000 people, white people, mind you, stuck on the side of Mount Everest right now. Okay, and this is why other people say they will not partake in white people activities, and I don't blame them, because again, I'm not even white enough to voluntarily hike up the side of a mountain when there could possibly be a blizzard. Did we not check the weather app on our phone? Like, did you not click that open and be like, hey, there might be a blizzard while we're on the side of this deadly mountain. Maybe we should reschedule or just like not go at all? No, was never a thought. Prayers to the people stuck on the mountain. But once again, being poor saves me. Being poor saves me.
I just seen a video of this Caucasian girl saying that, hey, leave them up there on Mount Everest. And she was basically explaining like, oh, it's basically the rich that go there. Now, here comes me with my naivete that had no idea how much it costs to go to Mount Everest. So hopefully you're like me, and I'm going to show you right now. So this is a breakdown of how much an expedition costs, right? So the average cost is $40,000 to $75,000, typical full expedition, right? 30 to 40 is bare bones budget. That sounds wild. Why would I have bare bones? Mount Everest, one of the most dangerous places to go. And then the luxury private guided climb is $100,000 plus. So when that Caucasian girl said leave the people up there that look like her because they had no business being up there. Now, I'm not saying to leave them up there because their lives do matter and their families care about them. But can we charge them for the rescue, or is that just out of the books? Because if you had that much money to go up there, we should be charging you to be rescued. Similar to that place, I don't know where it's at, but there's like a lake that you can go down to, but it's like way down. Like you got to walk way down. They tell you, hey, if we got to rescue you, we're going to charge you. So there should be a sign on Mount Everest. If you get stuck and we need to rescue you, we're going to charge you. But I'm guessing that's how that works, right?
Okay, real quick, if you're not black, keep scrolling. I'll give y'all a few seconds to follow directions. They go? Okay. Listen, I just heard that it's 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest right now. 1,000 people. Do y'all know how many people 1,000 is? So let's play a game. Just us. All right, everybody else is gone. Out of 1,000 people, how many of those people are one of us? Huh? How many people you think are black? And the answer is not zero. You can't say zero. And you can't even say one. Out of 1,000 people, my guess, 7. Yeah, I was leaning 9 at the beginning, but now I feel like it's 7. I feel like it's, yeah, that's what I'm gonna go with. Final answer.
I have been on the Everest hate train for years, and I'm so happy for TikTok to finally see why. Before my leg tumor last year, I've always been pretty involved in the outdoor extreme space, from backpacking and rock climbing to all the winter sports. So throughout my life, I've known people who have lost limbs, been paralyzed, and died from these activities. And they were all highly trained and experienced, and a few were professionals. A lot of mountains, especially in the Himalayas, have a kind of technical choke point. This is a spot where you need real technical skills to get through. Things like ice climbing or rock climbing. One of the good things about these choke points is they keep people who shouldn't be there from being there. Everest doesn't actually have those kinds of choke points. From a technical standpoint, it's actually not a difficult mountain. You essentially just walk up. This is no hate to the mountain itself, by the way, and the history of human perseverance to explore it is no less than revolutionary, but the majority of people who go do not belong there. For some, it's their first mountain ever, which is actually insane. Not to mention, by the way, all the trash everyone leaves behind, the turbulent relationship between climbers, almost always Westerners, and the locals because of the insidious power imbalance, and the locals who die setting up the trails so that all you have to do is walk. If you really want to impress someone in the mountaineering world, climb K2. This is a holy grail. Now, you don't like that? I thought so.
1,000 people got stuck on Mount Everest because there was a blizzard. And my first question is, did no one check to see what it was going to be looking like? Like, did no one know that there was going to be a blizzard? Because I'm pretty sure, like, that's something that the weather can predict. Like, you can see that a blizzard is coming. But, like, overall, why are we still climbing Mount Everest? Like, you don't need to be climbing Mount Everest. I feel like if you literally cannot breathe naturally as you ascend on your climb, then you don't need to be doing that sort of thing. And, like, I get it. Climbing Mount Everest might be like a bucket list type of situation. And I can understand that, but like, I don't think we have the technology and all the equipment figured out for like a safe trip up Mount Everest. And then like, what happens once you get stuck up there and there's a blizzard? Like, I'm assuming you just freeze. And like, that's how you get found, because there's people up there who have probably been frozen there for decades. Like, I don't know. Like, I just don't understand. I just feel like the air is really thin once you get up in the altitude, and it's like you can't naturally breathe that air and be okay. So it's like, why are you guys still making trips up Mount Everest? I feel like that's just one thing we don't need to be doing, because 1,000 people being stuck on Mount Everest because of a blizzard, it's like, what do you do in that scenario? Who goes to get them and who figures it all out? Because even just to ascend normally, you have to like go up a little bit and then like have an oxygen tank and then breathe and then settle on this level and then climb a little more and then settle there. It's like a lot. It's a whole journey. And so like, who knows how you even get out of that situation if there's a blizzard and now 1,000 people are stuck on top of Mount Everest. It's like, this is beyond. This is beyond. I feel like people just need to just let Mount Everest go. It's clearly not a safe thing to be doing. I'm just... You know what I mean? Like 1,000 people stuck on Mount Everest because of a blizzard. That's actually insane to me.
Listen, I heard that there's 1,000 people stranded on Mount Everest right now, that they're trying to get down off of Mount Everest.
We got some breaking news to get to. Rescue efforts are now underway to get nearly 1,000 people that are trapped by a blizzard on Mount Everest. First question is, why would there be allowed to have 1,000 people on the mountain right now?
Mind you, it is not a good season to be climbing Mount Everest to begin with. My question is, out of the 1,000 of you that decided to trek this fucking mountain, there wasn't one brain cell between the 500 and the other 500 people that said, hey, maybe this isn't a good idea to go up Mount Everest? How much money is the Nepalese government paying to get you down? Huh? 1,000 people exploiting the Nepalese government with their own stupidity? Absolutely diabolical. Wild. What are we doing? If 1,000 people got stranded on Mount Everest together at one time, I fear that we might be cooked as a species. I mean, I've had this fear for a long time, but this really fucking solidifies that conviction.
She calls it the death zone, but how dangerous is it really and why? Well, to date, 340 people have gone to climb Mount Everest and haven't made it back. Death zone is the part of the mountain above 8,000 meters, and it's not uncommon for hikers to actually see bodies on their journey there because the conditions are so extreme that they can't even be recovered. The reasons people don't make it back from Everest include avalanches, exhaustion, falls, and high altitude sickness, including extra swelling in the brain and fluid building up in the lungs. Overcrowding on the mountain can increase these risks, causing queues to the summit, which is why the Nepalese government is trying to control that, being tighter with the permits. Climbers can reduce their risks by having 3 to 4 liters of water daily, having carbohydrate-rich meals, avoiding alcohol and caffeine, and climbing up slowly, making sure to stop if you have signs of altitude sickness like headache, nausea, or excessive fatigue. Some trekkers even use drugs to avoid altitude sickness like acetazolamide, but these should always be done under medical supervision. Would you try it?
Not to be unserious, but isn't it like the most egregious form of littering to hike up Mount Everest? A choice. Get stuck, pass away, and your body's just there on the mountain? Is that not the most egregious form of littering? Littering in the highest degree your whole body? Like, I'm sorry. I understand that people enjoy what they enjoy. Climbing Mount Everest has always seemed like an unnecessary risk to me, but use your free will how you choose to. But like, just at the rate that people are going up there climbing and not coming back down, like, that's got to become a problem at some point. Like, there's going to be too many at some point. Like, it's not going to be good, right? Like, I understand it's very cold, preserves well, but it's just going to, like, I don't know. I just don't think that's right. Like, this is no hate to people who choose to do that. Truly, no hate at all. But like, there's gonna come a time where that's a problem. When it becomes a problem, where we have to say, okay, we can't keep having people hike up this mountain. There are too many bodies. Right? Or do they slide down? I'm done.
Those people on Everest, right? Wrong. Because what if I was to tell you there's not actually anybody on Everest right now? If you're not sure what I'm talking about, then over last week and this weekend there have been reports of 1,000 people being stuck on Everest due to a blizzard, and that's not quite what's actually happened, and there's just a lot of misinformation being spread, so I wanted to clear some things up. So these hikers are hiking and trekking in the Himalayas in Tibet. They are not climbing Everest, they're not on Everest. If these people ended up on the top of Everest, something had gone terribly, terribly wrong. Also, only climb Everest at very specific times of the year. So the climbing season is March, April, May time. Because of the weather and things like that, you can't climb Everest outside of that window. So again, that goes to show these people are not climbing Everest. They are going to base camp. They're trekking through the Himalayas on the sort of lower slopes, similar to you can go to the Alps but not be climbing Mont Blanc. The weather system that caused this blizzard is also extremely rare and unprecedented for this time of the year. So the weather in the Himalayas at this time is supposed to be really, really beautiful. It's actually our guide who took us to the Everest Base Camp trek that we did back in May. It's his favourite time of the year to trek in the Himalayas is October. He said the weather's beautiful, the skies are clear, there's little to no rain or snow, and it's just the perfect time to be trekking. So they really would not have expected this level of snow. People were scared to fall asleep because they were worried about how much snowfall was coming down. People were having to clear their tents every 10 minutes. Like, this was outrageous levels of snow. I'm also not sure if the 1,000 number is accurate. It's definitely hundreds and hundreds of people, but I don't know whether it would be 1,000 people that are stuck there right now. But it is a national or public holiday in China, which is a very popular time for people to go on holiday, which is why that particular week is really busy and has a lot of people there, which is why it's impacted so many people.
1,000 climbers are currently stuck on Mount Everest, and right off the rip, why is there 1,000 people trying to climb one of the most difficult mountains in the world at one time? And then second, I'm not in no rush to go rescue them. I'm sorry. 1,000 of y'all? Help each other out. This is adding to their experience. Go figure out, go get the Sherpas for sure. But like, who's doing the numbers here? One of the most difficult experience, right? Well, now you got it. It's a blizzard, not an avalanche or nothing. This is a storm. Y'all can make it through, but it's just like 1,000 of y'all. That's a mini city damn near. Combined together. Figure this shit out. But you guys need a rescue team? Why are you not more empathetic? Why are you not sad? Desensitized. Sorry. People die every day, B. You paying $300,000 to do it? I'm looking at you like, see, you knew you wasn't really built for that. You was just trying to say you could do it and knock it off your little bucket list just to say you did it. You wasn't really built for Mount Everest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ever hear someone, oh yeah, I climbed Everest, and you look at him twice, you're like, no. You got helped. You kind of just shuffled along to Mount Everest. Oxygen tank, 3 Sherpas carrying all the tough shit, left a bunch of trash. You really ain't shit. I was paying them Sherpas a little bit more. I bet they could get you out there themselves. But they probably sitting there like, you know what? I would make this trip easier. Let's just get airlifted. Fuck all that. We don't got to carry they shit. Never wish death on nobody. But, as a hater, I'm like, hey, y'all don't got to rush. This is a little blizzard. This is part of their experience. This is going to build them as human beings. Let's see how they band together. You know what I mean? Can they get on the same page as 1,000 and get down the mountain? Who knows?
So let me get this straight, yo. 1,000 people trapped on Mount Everest, and I'm supposed to feel bad for them? Yo, people. You mean the same Mount Everest that people use dead bodies that are currently lined up and down that mountain as progress markers for how far they've gotten up the mountain? At this point, if you tell me you climbing Mount Everest, I'm just assuming you paying $50,000 to die. Because, like, what satisfaction are you even getting at that shit, bro? You taking a selfie at the top, bro? Get the fuck out of here. Literally, look up how much it costs to climb Mount Everest, bro. It's anywhere from like $40,000 to $200,000, bro. And on top of that, you gotta pay a Sherpa. And most of the time, they're underpaying that Sherpa that's pretty much carrying them to the top. I could really give a fuck about any of them or if they make it back or not, to be honest with you.
It's actually more dangerous to be a Mount Everest Sherpa than it was to be a soldier in Iraq. When we say that this is a rich man's narcissist sport, it costs $40,000 to $100,000 per person just to do this expedition. And the Sherpas themselves, they only make between $3,000 to $6,000 per year. So you're having people mostly from Nepal, a lot from the US, flying in to partake in this sport that relies heavily on the Sherpas who don't even make minimum wage in America. Over 400 plus deaths for people climbing Mount Everest, and a third of them are the actual Sherpas themselves. And so when people are calling to end this sport, when people are saying, leave those people stranded in the blizzard to die, it's because at the end of the day, there was no gain to even begin to take into consideration the environmental impact that this sport has on Mount Everest, the pollution, the waste that's being left behind on the mountain because they don't have people to carry it down, the overhunting of the local species, the melting of the snow. While I would say it falls on Nepal's government to end the tourism surrounding Mount Everest, I just want to say if you're a rich white person or just rich person at all, and you're interested in climbing Mount Everest, choose a different hobby.
Casually minding my black business, right, and I come across that it's 1,000 people that's stuck on Mount Everest. I would assume Caucasian, okay? No offense, but that sounds like a Caucasian activity, right? So they over there stuck like Chuck over there, right? So I was like, ever since I seen Sheila go up that mountain to try to save her marriage, I knew that was a place that you would never find me, okay? And I'm sitting here trying to figure out what's so great about Mount Everest. Like, once you reach the top, is there a pot of gold? Keep in mind, this is completely optional, all right? So they get up there and get stuck. My thing is, who finna go and rescue them? I was like, you better call Elsa from Frozen, because who told you to go up there? Keep in mind, y'all, it costs like $30K to like $120K to climb this mountain, right? I mean, I do feel bad kind of in a way, but it's like, why would you even go up there? I feel even more bad for the people that gotta go up there and rescue them. Listen, you would have been better off calling Tyrone before calling me. It only took Sheila one time to go up that mountain for me to know that would never be a place for me.
White people went on Mount Everest and walked up that mountain voluntarily with no money added to the vision or the vision of going up there. White people, can I ask y'all, why do you like trouble? You guys like camping with the bears, rucking up the mountains, etc., etc. If you ask me, no shade, no tea, I really do feel like it's because you guys haven't like suffered in life. There was no suffering that you guys really had to do. So you like to just do all these things to feel like, I'm going through something. I climbed out Mount Everest. I parked in the woods. A bear almost ate me up. Honestly, if a white person sees this, can you guys tell me, oh no, Chi, we actually just like to do all these crazy things because etc, etc. But if you ask me, I really do feel like suffering makes life hard but interesting, and white people don't suffer that much, so life to them is not that interesting, so they like to do crazy stuff. Honestly, RIP to them. RIP to them. Leave them up there. Let them frost over and let it just be done with. Don't go up there looking for them and killing extra people. I'm so sorry, I know. Maybe somebody's family member is up there, but you guys do too much. Mount Everest? Oh, please. I feel like if I go to the rooftop, I'm really being adventurous. Gosh, calm down.
Here are 10 reasons for why people don't feel bad for Mount Everest climbers who need saving. Class is in session. 1. Sherpas risk their lives for someone else's bucket list. While climbers love chasing their glory, it's the Sherpas who have to risk their lives to go back up in the danger zone to save them. They're risking everything for someone else's ego trip and Instagram post. Keep in mind, Sherpas make on the low level $4,000 and on the high level $10K. And don't forget the fact that Sherpas have to pay for their own equipment. So for the ones who like to say, oh, well, Sherpas, they're making enough money within their community, but how much money is being taken out and how much are they keeping in their pocket? Yeah. 2, they're literally stepping over dead bodies as they reach the top. More than 200 bodies are still frozen on the trail, to the point that those bodies are called landmarks. Landmarks? Imagine walking over a corpse for a selfie. 3, Everest is a garbage dump in the sky. The amount of trash that's left on the mountain is insane. Discarded oxygen tanks, torn tents, hell, ramen wrappers. They're all up there. Everest has turned into a landfill for climbers. And that's not the worst of it.
When I said that the best part of climbing Mount Everest is that you don't have to do it, well, further proving my point, 1,000 people got stranded on Everest this past weekend, and they weren't even climbing the mountain. Yeah, there's a lot of misinformation going on about this situation right now, so here's what actually happened. You've probably heard that a brutal blizzard hit the Tibetan side of Everest, but none of the people that were stranded were actually going to climb to the summit. Climbs to the Everest summit usually only happen in spring when the weather is good. These people were actually on an area of the mountain that was considered one of the safer areas. A place where you would go if you wanted to do some sightseeing, maybe check out base camp without actually putting your life in danger by climbing the mountain. But spoiler alert, No part of Everest is safe. Blizzards of this magnitude do not typically happen this time of year, but they still can. And last Friday, the storm suddenly dropped tons of snow on the Tibetan side of Everest, where around 1,000 people were, crushing their tents under snow and blocking the way out. In the end, it took hundreds of local villagers, mountain rescue teams, pack animals, and even drones to rescue everyone that was stranded. And listen, I know a lot of people get mad when I say that I would personally never climb Everest. And you can do what you want, but it's important to know that even the tourism-friendly areas can still be just as deadly.
There are a myriad of reasons as to why nobody should be climbing Mount Everest. This is Philip Santiago. Now, the reason I'm able to show this video without blurring anything is because, according to my research, he did not pass in this video. This happened back in May of this year, and according to the reports that I found, he passed in Camp 4 from exhaustion. From what I read, this man was fully prepared for the climb on Everest. I read something that this man did a marathon in full climbing gear. So it's not like he just went up there. This man trained. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking to yourself, why is no one helping him? One, if you are a climber, unfortunately, can't really waste much energy helping somebody who is incapacitated. That's the job of the trained professionals who know how to properly get someone down from the mountain. It's very expensive to get that person down. It's already super expensive to be there. It's even more expensive to get that person off the mountain. So just think about it logistically, because it says it takes about 8 or 10 good Sherpas to even make this happen. You can't really afford to allocate that many specialists to one person when you have to take care of the lives 20 to 30 people. Everything about climbing Mount Everest is unpredictable, and it's a gamble with your life whenever you do it.
Okay, so we've seen what exactly has happened. We've seen what's going on. We've seen people's thought about those who are climbing Mount Everest. I would love to hear what you think about this whole situation. So please leave your comment in the comment section. Now, first of all, I don't like heights. Second of all, I don't like cold. I don't like winter. I don't like ice. I don't like snow. So this activity can never be my activity. So let's establish that. I am not that adventurous. I am too scared. I'm too much of a scary cat to try all those kind of things. So this already, in my own opinion, is a no-no. Now, people are just like wondering why people would climb there, and those expedition or whatever they climb is not free. And the ranges of the amount that people pay to climb the mountain Everest or Mount Everest is between $30,000 to over $100,000. Why would you waste that kind of money to climb to a place that you don't know if you are going to survive? Now, we've seen some people's bodies on the pathway. In fact, they said there are a lot of people's bodies there that they are unable to go and retrieve because it's just too much work. Now, the people that are stuck there, I don't know, a lot of people are saying, didn't they know that there was going to be a blizzard? Did they know that there was going to be a snowstorm? That why are they going there at this point in time? Because apparently there is a period that is the peak period or the best period to climb the Mount Everest. Whether it's a peak period or it's not the peak period, my body cannot be there. So it's weird to me. Anyway, apparently there is a peak period or the best period to climb, and at this point in time, this time where people are stuck, it is not the best, but still people went there. Now, there's a particular lady who has been uploading videos on when she was climbing Mount Everest, and some people have been referring to the video, but when I checked her page, it states that she went around May, June. So she's just uploading the videos that she took now. That's in September, October. So, but the videos have been doing very well for her. So that's kind of some of the videos that some people have been looking at and just wondering what is going on. Now, a lot of people, black people, are saying that this is the kind of thing that white people can do. that black people are not going to be doing it. And some people are saying there's still a few, but out of 1,000, it might just like 7 or 10 black people or people of color, black people. And people of color, because it's in Asia, they might still want to go. But for black people, it might still, out of 1,000, it might be 10, but this is white people's activity. Now, in the comment section of some videos who are saying that this is just white people activities, some white people are saying that they are white, but they are not that white. They are not Mount Everest white. They are not that kind of white, that they don't know what the other white people are doing by climbing that place. Now, the people that are stuck, apparently there's a set of people who are the natives around that place who really like know the terrain, and I believe they are called shepherds or something, and they are the ones that would go and rescue, they risk their life and rescue the people that are stuck. In case they are able to get them, they will bring them down. Now, people are talking about the fact that those people are poorly paid, and there is no need for people to be risking their life to go there and then allowing the shepherds, the people that will rescue them, to go there and rescue them, and they are poorly paid. Like, they don't get more than $6,000 per year. Now, I don't know how much that cost in Nepal. I believe Mount Everest is around Nepal. I might be wrong, but I don't know how much that costs in the currency. But they just feel for people to be paying like $30,000 to over $100,000 to climb where they are not supposed to climb, and then another set of people will have to go and rescue them, and they are not paid up to that $30,000 per year. It doesn't make sense to a lot of people. Now, there was a particular video that was just funny. Now, she climbed, but she was not climbing the Mount Everest. I think she went on a hike to the base from afar. And people in the comment section were like, okay, now you've seen it, turn back, don't climb up. Okay, now you've seen it, turn back, don't climb up. A lot of people are telling her to just turn back. Even though she was just showing that she has seen it, she was being emotional, and she was like, she's not going to climb and everything. But they were like, the people do not want to hear it. So turn back. You've seen it. You've taken pictures. You've done everything. Go back. So it's just a lot of people don't understand the need for people to climb to a place where you might not even come back. You might not survive. So it's weird how people think that that's a great activity. Like I said, I'm a chicken. I'm a scary cat. I don't care. That is not my kind of activity that I want to get involved in. So anybody that's climbing that thing or climbing any mountain for that matter, I really don't understand why you would do that. Like, why would you use your hand and your money to cause problem for yourself? I don't get it. Anyway, that's different strokes for different folks. And that is the situation that we are looking at. Now, I don't know if a lot of people have been rescued. I believe that by now that quite a lot of them, the 1,000 people that are said to be stuck, would have been rescued. But I'm sure that some of the people that were rescued might go back again, because obviously they would have the money to pay for another expedition. Because if you have $30,000 to over $100,000 to spend, you're rich, and you don't know what to use your money for. That's my own opinion. So they will probably go back again or go for another adventure somewhere else that I don't think they should go. But then again, like I said, I'm a scary cat. I'm a chicken. I don't do all those kind of things. See all those cave diving, ocean, whatever. It can never be me, honestly. Anyway, I would love to hear what you think about this whole situation. Do you think that it's a great adventure for them to go on Mount Everest, and it's just unfortunate that the blizzard came and they didn't check the weather up and they didn't know that this was not the peak period or the best period to go climbing? Do you think that this is an adventure that people should try out once in their lifetime? Would you be considering climbing Mount Everest? Even if it's free, would you go? I would love to hear your own thoughts. So please leave your comment in the comment section so that we can get this discussion popping. Now, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are not yet subscribed and you like videos such as this, please consider subscribing by clicking on the red button that says subscribe, and don't forget to click on the bell notification icon right beside so that you're notified anytime I upload videos. Now, with all that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.